Hi everyone, quick response video. We got a great question of the Chinese people. Where did the Chinese people fit in to this whole story of the Bible and Jubilees? And the answer is that according to Genesis 10, there is a table of nations where we talk about the children of Ham and Canaan. And so we've been talking about how Canaan settled in the land that wasn't his, settled in the Holy Land of Israel, when Canaan was really supposed to settle West Africa. So it settles in that land, and then some of the Canaanites go to the Far East. I guess they realized after Noah and their brothers came to them and told them that they were definitely going to be cursed if they stayed in that land that belonged to Arpachshad, son of Shem, that they'd be cursed. So some of them must have continued and gone farther east. And so we have here in Genesis 10, starting with 15, Canaan gave birth to Sidon, his firstborn, and Chet, and the Yevusim, the Amorim, the Girgashim, the Chivim, the Arkis, and the Sinites, which is Sini, which in Hebrew is Chinese. Sini, or is a Chinese person. Sinim are Chinese people. And here we have in Genesis 10:17, the Sinites, meaning the Sinim, meaning the Chinese. So they are one of the sons of Canaan. And then it continues, the Arvadis, the Marites, Hamathites. Afterwards, the clans of the Canaanites spread out. The original Canaanite territory, it continues in Genesis 10:19, extended from Sidon to Gerar, near Gaza, to Sodom, Gomorrah, Admah, and Zeboim. It's basically giving you the land of Israel that the Canaanites settle in. That's why it becomes known as the land of Canaan. That was the original Canaanite territory, but we understand some went farther east. These are the descendants of Ham according to their clans and languages, by their lands and nations. What's interesting about this is that Noah and the division of the world for the children happens, well, basically the Chinese have a tradition that their culture is around 5,000 years old. And that's interesting because today in the Hebrew calendar that dates from the creation of man, of Adam, we're in almost the year 6,000. We're in 5785. So let's say around 6,000. So basically we're in the year around 6,000. And so 5,000 years ago would be around the year 1,000. And Noah is born in around the year 1,000. And so his whole story, the flood happens and the division of the world happens, and it happens within around 700 years from when Noah is born. And so the timeline is not too far off to understand that this is very possible that the Chinese are descendants of Canaanites who went to the Far East. There's another reference to them in Isaiah 49:12, where Isaiah is giving a prophecy. They shall not hunger or thirst, hot wind and sun shall not strike them. One who loves them will lead them and will guide them to springs of water. I will make all my mountains a road, my highways shall be built up. It's talking about how God will bring the Israelites back from the four corners of the world. And in 49:12 here, look, they're coming from afar, those from the north, those from the west, by way of the sea, essentially, from the west, and those from the land of the Sinim. And so that's essentially referring to the farthest land that we know about, the farthest settlement that we know about, which would be the Chinese and the Chinese lands. And indeed there are returned Israelites who have come from China and India and the Far East in general. So there you have it. That's our biggest clue as to where the Chinese people come from and how they fit into the biblical narrative, the Jubilees narrative, and the division of the world into three parts. The Canaanites settling in the Far East is not nearly as problematic as them settling in a land that was very specifically set out for one of the children of Shem, and furthermore for the children of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, that being the land of Israel. So I hope this answers your question and that you found this interesting. Please give a like, subscribe, share, check out other content, and have a wonderful day. God bless you. That's all for today. This is Modern Jubilees, and we'll see you next time.